She thought she had the perfect husband, the perfect family, and the perfect life. On social media, her world looked flawless. Smiling family photos, sweet captions, and the promise of a new baby on the way. But what Sean and Watts didn't know was that the man she trusted most, the man she believed would protect her and their children, was secretly planning to destroy them all. This is the horrible case of Chris Watts, a story so disturbing it continues to haunt millions of people today. Chris and Sean met in 2010. From the outside, their relationship seemed like a modern fairy tale. Sean was outgoing, ambitious, and devoted to her family. Chris, quiet and reserved, was seen as the calm balance to her energy. They married in 2012 and soon welcomed 2 daughters, Bella and Celeste. By 2018, they were expecting their 3rd child, a baby boy they planned to name Nico. To the world, their life looked picture-perfect. Sean frequently shared her happiness on Facebook, posting videos of her daughters, praising Chris as the best husband ever, and showcasing their seemingly unbreakable bond. But behind the polished smiles and sweet words, cracks were starting to form. Chris had changed. Friends noticed he was losing weight, working out more, and becoming strangely distant. Sean confided in her friends that Chris barely touched her anymore, barely looked at her, and seemed like a stranger in his own home. She feared he was no longer in love with her. The heartbreaking truth was far worse than she imagined. By the summer of 2018, Chris had begun an affair with a coworker. Instead of ending things honestly, he crafted a horrifying plan. He didn't want a divorce. He didn't want to lose the image of being the perfect man. So instead, he decided to erase the life he had built. On the night of August 12, 2018, Sean returned home from a business trip. She was exhausted, pregnant, and hopeful that her marriage could still be saved. But in the early hours of August 13th, Chris attacked. Later, he claimed it happened in a moment of anger, but the truth was cold and calculated. He strangled Sean ending the life of his wife and the future of their unborn son. The horror didn't stop there. With his daughters still alive in the house, Chris loaded Shanann's body into his truck and drove them all to a remote oil field where he worked. There, he carried out one of the most unimaginable crimes a father could commit. He ended the lives of his daughters, Bella and Celeste, before disposing of their bodies in oil tanks and burying Sean in a shallow grave nearby. The next morning, Shanann's friend grew concerned when she missed a doctor's appointment. She called the police, who came to check the house. Chris arrived, acting worried and confused, telling officers he had no idea where his family had gone. Soon after, he appeared on television, pleading for their safe return, begging anyone watching for information. But his performance felt off. His body language was stiff, his eyes cold, his words strangely rehearsed. Investigators quickly grew suspicious. They noticed his shifting stories and his unusual behavior. Cadaver dogs soon picked up a scent in the house. When pressed by detectives, Chris cracked. At first, he tried to claim that Sean had harmed the children, and that he acted in a moment of rage. But the evidence told a different story. Eventually, the horrifying truth spilled out. Chris admitted to killing them all. The world was stunned. This quiet, seemingly devoted husband and father had wiped out his entire family. And for what? An affair. A fantasy of starting over. A selfish desire to live a new life free of responsibility. In November 2018, Chris Watts was sentenced to 5 life sentences without the possibility of parole. He will spend the rest of his life behind bars. But for many, the sentence was not enough to ease the horror of his crimes. The thought of a father destroying his family for nothing more than selfish desire continues to haunt millions. The case of Chris Watts serves as a chilling reminder. Evil can wear a familiar face. The smiling husband in family photos, the playful father in home videos, the man who promises forever. Behind closed doors, the perfect image can shatter in an instant, revealing the monster that was there all along. Sean Bella, Celeste, and baby Nico are remembered today not just as victims, but as beloved souls whose lives were stolen too soon. Their story forces us to question how well we truly know the people closest to us, and whether appearances can ever really tell the whole truth. And so, the next time you see a picture-perfect family smiling on social media, remember, sometimes the most horrifying secrets live inside the homes that look the happiest.